promo code, and an expert in whole body cryotherapy is going to walk us through this. Listen, we already know that ice works for pain in general. It's a broad concept, whether it's your ice in a bag or that ice bath that I showed you earlier. What's the benefit of extreme cold, like negative 240 degrees below zero?
Yeah, the comparison with cryotherapy, whole body cryotherapy to ice, is kind of like a comparison between a full night's sleep to a cat nap. It's just a completely different level, and it actually causes a different reaction, and it's systemic.
All right, so fundamental differences. So when you have a cryotherapy device like this, and again, comparing it to that ice bath I've got over there, the pain change, I would think, at least before I knew much about this, would have been similar, because when you get things cold, they get numb, you don't feel pain. Is there a longer-term benefit from this?
There is. What happens after you exit the chamber is the brain kind of takes over, and for the next 36 to 48 hours, it begins to target those areas of pain or inflammation that's sending you that response to the brain, targets those with red blood cells and endorphins for that time.
All right, so I love hearing from experts, but I love hearing from people who've been through it more. So I've got a couple young women joining me. It's Eileen and Beth, both of whom have tried cryotherapy. Who wants to go first? Eileen?
I'll go first.
You go first. Okay, so how often do you get cryotherapy?
I have been going once a week for 2 months.
And thoughts, does it work? Is it?
Yes, it works. I am a runner, and I just took up boxing, and I love going after because it cuts my recovery.
You can see when I realize the camera's on.
So the benefits are not the ones when you're sitting in there or standing in there. It's actually afterwards, as Mark was outlining.
Yes.
All right. And
Great
how many times?
too.
And more energy.
Yeah, I have a lot more energy after I do it.
Endorphin rush.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's some chemical changes you were talking about. And Beth, how often do you get cryotherapy?
I go twice a week.
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
And for how many months have you been going?
I've been doing it for about 2 months.
And thoughts on its benefit to you?
It's the fountain of youth. It's like legitimately the fountain of youth. I went for the first time because I hurt my back running, and by the second treatment, I was back out running, and then I had gone shopping, and I was trying on clothes, and I went like this in the mirror, and I was like, whose leg is that? That's my leg? I look like it had been airbrushed. There was no cellulite left on the back of my leg.
Well, I must say, I'm curious about technology. I couldn't find any data at all to support what you're saying, although I have heard from other folks. But you legitimately see differences like that.
I see a huge difference. I've also took a minute off my mile, and I can curl 15 pounds in each arm. That's
Since you did this?
Yes.
I don't know about all that. But I'm curious about whether it works for pain, which is where I think it might have the most benefit. So here's what we're going to do.